The Fortnite Global Championship LAN, where the top 33 trios in the world came together to compete head-to-head for the $2 million prize pool set in Lyon, France, has concluded. It reached a new competitive viewership peak since 2019 and will go down in history. In today's video, I'll be discussing what placements from day 1 and 2 look like, what teams did to outplace others, and the strategies, also mistakes that were made. But most importantly, the announcement from 2026 competitive Fortnite. Make sure to watch right until the end. Starting off, before this LAN tournament even begun, many players are named were caught having a macro software in their PC, but because so many players had this, it didn't lead to disqualification. Moving on from that, day 1 first place was Queasy, MrSavage and Swizzy, having 521 points and getting 3 wins back to back out of the 6 games that they played. They will land in the hive uncontested and will build a massive surge base, then trade throughout the game. Also, Swizzy said what they were doing best.
Yeah, let's go, we did it!
This team was literally unstoppable on high ground. Vanyak, MrSavage and Pixie placed second overall with 336 points, getting no wins but a placement made up for it. They were landing at the OXR base, also uncontested. Panzer, Seti and Yakko placed third with 328 points, making this look like an EU tournament. Seti doesn't really have the best history with the French since the last FNCS was contested by them off spawn and got a reverse sweep, so the crowd wasn't really a big fan, booing him at any moment. But more about the crowd later. Fourth place was Pix, Dom and Demus, getting 277 points, which is actually the youngest trio competing at this tournament, aged at 17, 16 and 16. Represent for Poland, they can't be disappointed with this. Fifth place, finally putting NA on the map, Bolt, Canard and Rapid, ending with 267 points and getting the first win. This trio literally wouldn't be possible without Canard putting them together and RGLing them. Frodoxy's trio in 6th place, just 1 point away from them, having 266 points, but even more impressive because they were contested every game by Tason's team. Vico, Venom and Flixy, just behind, ended up with 246 points, getting the second to last win and stopping the Queasy win streak, proving why they're such a dominant team on EU. Bear in mind, Coyote, the best Asia player worldwide, was contesting them. He was meant to con MrSavage but switched up. Vico is very passionate about the game, and after day 1 ended he started to get very heated, even flaming his own teammate Flixy. This is what he had to say.
I want to win, not be second. I said this before, second don't get remembered, only first.
Everyone's nervous for no reason. Even my own teammates, like Flixy's so nervous for no reason.
In 8th place was Clix's trio, having 244 points, not bad, but their main issue was not getting enough eliminations in endgame, but also in general. Especially when one counts for 4 points, that can really add up. What they did improve on though is trading Surge, and that honestly got them this placement. From the top 9 until the top 3 it was only a 50 points difference, so really anyone can make a comeback in day 2 if they put in the effort. 10th place, a fan favourite to win the whole tournament, was Pollo, Akon and Aegis, ending up on 195 points whilst being uncontested at Demon's domain. Also, the crowd was constantly cheering this team. I don't know if the nerves got to them or not.
This is like nothing I've ever seen. This is the craziest LAN ever.
And how do you keep your focus in game leading these guys?
With this placement, it makes it Pollo's worst LAN placement in the past 2 years. I'm not sure what actually happened, but definitely unexpected out of this trio. MrSavage's trio placed 11th, honestly a very good day 1 out of them. From just being a point difference to making them qualify into this LAN to actually performing well is something else. And they worked on their main issue, which was being below Storm Surge, and as a result they made way more endgames. But it's never a Fortnite LAN without something going wrong. Game 1, MrSavage was stacked in endgame and crashed. Luckily his teammates still managed to clutch up and place 3rd. And the same happened with Ree in day 1 and 2. Moving on, Peterbot, Cold and Ritual, the big 3 placed 24th, not managing to make an endgame. And weirdly doing a teeny strategy, which is landing at unnamed spots on the map with just a couple chests, then fighting and switching that every single game. That's a wrap for day 1, now let's move into day 2 and then the overall leaderboard crowning the LAN winners. Malibuca, Pink and Walks placing first, having 322 points winning game 1, making a huge comeback since day 1 they were only 16th. Second place again, Vanyak Trio getting 314 points and 3 second place games. This was the difference between them winning globals or not. You'll see later in this video what I mean by that. Moz's Trio placing 3rd, making sure NA isn't forgotten, having 304 points and a 4th game win. 4th place, iDrop's trio, arguably the most consistent on EU. You always see them in the top 5, getting the last game win with 10 eliminations and 30 overall. 5th place, you can never count him out, Peterbot's team getting 276 points, getting 38 eliminations overall, higher than any other team that day. As a result, just from the kill points alone, earned him 152 points. Panzer, Seti and Yapko in 6th place with 262 points, winning game 2. Just behind them was Canala's trio, making sure he was still in it, didn't manage to win any more games, but played consistent, earning the spot. And 8th place was Rodoxy's trio with 245 points, still being contested every game. They didn't even trade Surge and would just W key all games, making it worse by being third parted as well. I reckon if he wasn't contested, it definitely would have been a different outcome. In 9th place was the Brazil team. Tisco, they managed to win the game 5, making it go down in history as the first Brazil LAN win, but doing it in style with 16 eliminations. Just shows every player in this LAN is not to be slept on, no matter the region. 10th place was Cooper, Ree and Curly. They managed to get 236 points and they were only 13 points off for extra $20,000. Bear in mind, Reed's games crashed twice throughout this tournament, which could be the difference between that. 11th place was Pixie's team, the youngest trio competing in this tournament. They were 3rd place and got keyed back-to-back games by Malibuka, making them go from 100k earned to $45,000, fully griefing the whole tournament. And in 13th place, MrSavage's trio with 215 points, getting huge consistent games. But before we move on to the overall leaderboard, we have to mention Clix placing 23rd, only getting 87 points in day 2. In 6 matches, they only got 9 eliminations, which for a tier 1 team is disappointing. Day 1 had such good potential, but in day 2 they tried to double key for more kills, and ended up killing Peterbot, getting wiped in 20 seconds.
We just suck, bro. As Peterbot, Ritual and Cold end that fight as soon as we turn in, and he's using his own emo.
1st place was Queasy, Mustache and Swizzy, ending up with 697 points, earning $150,000 each. And this is because they dominated in day 1, giving them such a big lead compared to any other team. So despite messing up in day 2 a little bit, they just needed a couple good games to secure it. We can now confidently say Queasy is the best IGL worldwide. He's placed second and now first in LAN tournaments, also having 4 FNCS wins, so he's up for debate being the best there, but as recency bias, I'd say he's personally ranked at 2nd or 3rd. Swizzy went from getting his FNCS win stripped away from him, losing out on $100,000 that he earned. Then he wasn't able to participate at the next LAN because of his visa, to now getting a visa just 1 week before the tournament and winning an FNCS Global Championship. Got to give him respect for this. 2nd place, Vaniac's trio with 650 points, only 47 points away. Like I said, if they won any of the games in day 2 instead of placing 2nd or got a couple more eliminations, the win would have been theirs. It literally came down to the last game with a 50 points difference, where the 2 teams fought endgame, but Queasy managed to escape, clutching an extra placement, securing his team the win. If they won the game with just 7 eliminations, that would have been enough to take the tournament. Seti's trio placed 3rd with 590 points, earning $75,000 each. I think it's safe to say now Seti is the better player over Cammy, and Seti humbled the French crowd. In 4th place was Chari, Cammy and iDrop, having 539 points with 53 eliminations overall. Definitely a good trio and a solid placement. Canala's trio placed in 5th with 518 points. Day 2 definitely could have been a bit better out of them, but can say the same for many other teams. Still can't be disappointed with this because only 2 NA teams placed in the top 10. Pix robbed out of top 3 from Malibuka, having 512 points, making them 6th place overall. I know they feel gutted but can only bounce back. 7th place despite being contested every game, and even 3rd parties for Doxy's trio, only 1 point behind them with 511 points. And Malibuka made his own comeback, ended in 8th place, having 481 points, showing to never count him out, and he'll do anything to win. 9th place or honourable mention, MrSavage and his trio scoring 403 points with 40 eliminations. From MrSavage retiring, then coming back for 1 tournament, then qualifying LAN and actually placing in the top 10 is insane. This gives him credit for his IGL ability and gives him better options for his teammates next season, showing he's more than capable. This also shows the EU skill gap is huge compared to NA or any other region, because they were the most dominant in game and creative. The reason there's so many new faces in EU every grand is because the skill gap improves, whereas on NA you see the same pros competing against each other every year. Mars placed top 10 with 401 points, making top 12 to top 9 place only a 3 points difference. That means if any of these teams just got 1 extra elimination, they would have been moved up by a whole 4 spots. Vico, Venom and Flixie placed 14th, having 383 points. Despite having 3 0-kill games and 2 1-kill games, due to being untested, they still got 51 eliminations overall. Behind them, making it top 15 was Peterbot's trio with 383 points. You gotta give them some respect because day 1 this trio wasn't going anywhere. I still question why wouldn't this team just land on Queasy. You could say it's because Peterbot has respect for him, but he landed on his former teammate and roommate Pollo last season for the FNCS win. Also, Peterbot always mentions he's not friends with any of these players in real life, so why not make the move? I guess the crowd does play a big factor as well, because every chance they got, Peterbot was being booed. Ironic enough, behind them was Pollo, Acorn and Aegis, having 342 points. I don't know what went wrong with this team, they had Oncon and Dodded. But even worse in 18th place, Clix, Eoms and Higgs. Day 1 they were literally 8th and looking on track for a top 5 finish. Day 2 they knew they needed more kills and just mindlessly W key teams, which you can't do versus pro teams. Powell, Alex and his team placed 24th, representing for OC, beating the last place down allegations. If we look at the Kinch stats, you can see this team is actually underrated. I reckon they should move to NA Central or NA West because their skill is no joke and they deserve a good prize pool. Now for the Fortnite 2026 competitive announcements. It's official, FNCS duos will be taking place. Some confirmed duos are Peterbot and Pollo. We have Veno flying out to Dallas. Comment down below who else is 100% confirmed. We have a $1 million mobile series tournament, which could potentially mean Fortnite Mobile will be introduced back to the UK. The next Fortnite LAN will return in Europe. I'm aware England isn't officially a part of the EU, but technically according to the Fortnite servers it is. So I'm hoping we see a London LAN tournament. I mean there's multiple game and esports arenas where it could take place. I also feel like this makes more sense because everyone almost is English speaking, so we can actually understand the crowd. Also there has been a Fortnite PlayStation LAN hosted here before, so it's not out of the question. Let me know where you would like the next LAN to take place. The Fortnite Pro-Am is also returning, which is entertaining to watch, so I'm not complaining, as well as an FNCS mid-season LAN and Reload Elite Series LAN. So 4 total LANs will be hosted in 2026, which is huge for the competitive scene. With that being said, I'm going to end the video here. Comment who you think will take the next Duos FNCS win. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace.